Hmm?
Okay, so this we are now that way every topic is important, but this is very important. Here, but this is basic to whatever you will be doing in subsequent courses in design, in analysis. Basic thing anywhere you go for interview after you graduate, they will ask you draw the bending moment diagram of this. They will give you a small beam or a frame, and they will say, okay, you draw shear force diagram. So, because this gives you an idea, if you can draw this correctly, then you can find out the stresses in the member. Okay, so these diagrams are important, and these diagrams are integrated values of stresses. You must remember that bending moment, shear force, and axial forces are integral of stress that act on that cross section. Okay. So now we will not be drawing the depth of the beam. We will show a beam just by single line, that is centroidal line. Okay. So this is, we are idealizing a beam as a one dimensional. So from here to here, if this is of length L, this was simply supported. We have been taking. So, and we have done, I think, one problem that we solved. This is okay. This everything is coming on the display, whole sheet. So, this one, and I have taken, not that load will be applied upward, but I have just taken, in positive direction. Normally, you will show in, you will see in the book that it will be given downward, but it makes no difference. Yes, it will make difference to the sign of the bending moment and shear force diagram. Sign will change. So here we saw the other day that yes, we can draw this. So we got, so normally on the loaded diagram we draw like this. You draw a line like this. When you have to draw shear force, axial force diagram, then it has to be a horizontal line. So this is AFD. Because here there is no axial force, so here we have already found out that yes, the reaction here is P by 2, P by 2. I will take another problem also, but let me complete this once more because we have already solved this problem. And then we took a section at x. This x is less than L by 2 and greater than 0. This is the way it is shown, x greater than 0 means 0 less than x. It also means x more than 0. If I write 0 less than x, the meaning is also it is not equal to. Equal to sign is not there. Okay, why equal to sign is not there? Because I cannot draw bending moment or shear force exactly at 0, at L by 2 or at L. We are drawing to the left of the load, to the right of the support. Okay, not exactly at that, because that point is different. We are cutting it, So that is why there is no equal to sign. So remember, if somewhere it is given equal to sign, it is wrong. It has to be slightly more than 0 and less than L by 2. Similarly, we also took another x here in this section, and for this x was like this, x more than L by 2 and less than L by 2. So we have drawn, so now since there is no axial force, so this diagram you have to draw simply as a line. So this will be simply just so everywhere 0. So you write here 0. Throughout 0. There is no axial force. Next. We found out what was at this point, this is P by 2. Now we want to draw bending moment diagram. So my positive bending moment at this section is like this. So at this cross section here, at this x, I am just showing it. I need not show here because I am trying to find out only m. So my free body diagram, it is not the correct free body diagram. There is also a shear force acting, but I have not shown it. But anyway, the reason is why I have not shown it. I am interested only in m, and plus I am going to take moment about this point. So moment of that shear force anyway will be 0. But actually on this cross section there has to be a v. Shear force has to be there. So if you take moment about this, I got m equal to p by 2 into x. M, this is my positive moment, bending moment as per my sign convention. In the book it is just the opposite. It makes no difference. I will now show you what is the meaning of this. Okay. Shear force is okay. Shear force upward on the left face is positive in the book. But bending moment they have taken the other way positive in the Popo book. So whatever moment you will get plus here, it will be negative in the book. So this is p by 2. So it is increasing. So this will be up to here, up to center. It is going, and this line is same p by 2, px by 2. Here it is PL by x equal to L by 2, PL by 4. This value is PL by 4 at the center, and this is positive as per our sign convention. And beyond this, I think I have already given you the free body diagram, and the other day also I discussed. It will be sloping down. So it is there is a kink here, and then it slopes down, and then if you take, so this is also plus. So this is your. So we have taken moment about this point. Shear force, in order to get shear force, yes. So this is like this. This shear force here, we get vertical up. So it is p by 2. Positive, if I take positive upward positive, then this is equal to p by 2. There is no other force in vertical direction. V minus p by 2 equal to 0 or V equal to p by 2. So that again is positive as per our this sign convention. So here, so please draw these diagrams not anywhere, just below the beam. First you draw and then draw line like this, and just below it you please do the calculation on the side or on the next page and draw these diagrams like this. So here again you have got positive p by 2 up to center, constant up to center. This one is p by 2 measured from here. Okay, I think again between two of you, I have already warned you the other day. Otherwise, you will have to sit somewhere. So this is up to, so it is just before. So here actually the line here is slightly inclined. Its center it comes down like this again here, and then this is minus. So this is SF. Of course, inclination is so, but everybody shows it by a vertical line. But you must understand, you have found out just to the left of the center and to the right of the center. At the point, I cannot find out shear force. At the loaded point, how can you find out shear force? How can you take a section where the load is passing? Either it has to be left to the right. So there is slight, but it changes. So shear force So one thing we have noted, wherever there is a force, concentrated force, shear force changes its sign from plus P by 2 to minus P by 2. So this total is P. So whatever load was acting, that is the total P. So this was plus P by 2 and this is minus P by 2. So there is a change, it drops down, it comes down or goes up depending upon the sign convention. So wherever there will be load, there will always be a change in the sign. You cross one load, there will be change in sign. There will be a jump. There has to be a jump. Now bending moment, of course here I cannot show you that bending moment. When if there is a moment anywhere in the beam, then again there will be a jump. I will take a problem and show you. So this is the simple diagram that we have drawn. Now here if I take a small element of length dx, so if you take a small beam element of length dx, I'm not drawing the thickness, I mean the depth of the beam. This is of length dx. So here we have got shear force positive, bending moment positive. So this is V, this is M. On this face, the shear force positive will be like this, bending moment positive will be like this. If somebody has not understood, please let me know. Why on this face? This is negative x face. This face is negative because x will be, normal will be negative x force. So negative means in the negative direction everything will be positive, and unless it is like this element will not be in equilibrium. So that also maintains equilibrium. This V, this bending moment, this bending moment. Okay. So this is the, now my positive bending moment makes the beam bend like this. This is my positive bending moment. So if it bends like this and beam is having some depth, supposing you beam is like this and it bends like this, then, and all these are 1 fibers up in the beam, 1 page is there, depth is. So what is happening to the fiber? The top fiber will be in tension and bottom fiber will be in compression. Bottom portion, bottom fiber of the beam will be only one fiber. This will be under compression and this will be under tension. So my positive bending moment produces a tension at the top and compression at bottom. So we are trying, yes. Huh? Huh? Y plus? Why M is plus? Will somebody explain? Zaka, you explain. Why M is plus? We have taken this as our sign convention, and I took positive because I told you positive is because through the depth. If this is the depth, I think I drew the diagram. This is the neutral axis. I mean, this is the middle line, and then I told you that at this the positive stress is sigma x like this. Sigma x into area will be small force multiplied by this lever arm, which is Z, will produce what? A moment like this. So we have defined a positive moment on a positive x plane consistent with my sign of the sigma x, because sigma x positive is like this produces a positive moment like this. So I am calling, you can call it negative, but we are calling this positive. Positive or negative has no meaning. What is having a meaning, physical meaning, is whether the top fiber is in tension or bottom fiber is in tension. So if our convention, we have taken this because our aim is M is given by B times sigma x into area. dz into B is the area, so area multiplied by this multiplied by z is from minus h by 2 to plus h by 2. Yes, this sigma x here, sigma x is positive or not here at distance z from the centroidal axis in z direction. So that is producing a positive moment. So I am calling that as positive, and that defined like this. It is defined like this. This, do you understand? This means a small force multiplied by z. Why it is small force? Because area is d dz into dx is the force multiplied by lever arm is this. So that is giving me a small moment, and integrate from top to bottom, you will get total moment at the cross section. Okay. So we are calling this positive moment, and a positive moment is such that it produces tension at the top and compression at the bottom. Okay, that is all. And we are drawing the bending moment diagram now. The bending moment diagram also. Positive we are drawing on the top. If this is the line, how do you draw any graph? You have to take up or down. So we are drawing bending moment diagram on the tension side. This is on the tension side. This clearly shows that this is bending moment diagram. This is on the tension side. On the tension phase, this is top is tension, this is compression. So we are not drawing on the bottom, but we are drawing on the tension side. It happens to be also positive. Okay. So remember this. These are some simple things, but that you have to remember. What about shear force? Shear force is defined in so many ways in different books. I don't agree with many of those explanations, because shear force, they will say, if this is your beam element dx, positive shear on positive x is like this, positive shear on a negative x is like this. I will simply say, if you are clear about what is your positive shear force on a positive x phase, and we are drawing that positive, you are drawing above the line and negative below the line. Of course, this will have an anti-clockwise, because this and this will form a couple, and that will rotate this element like this. So it is anti-clockwise. So a positive shear force rotates the element. A positive shear force, as per our sign, rotates the element in the anti-clockwise direction. That means not about y-axis, but negative y-axis. Y is along that, so anti-clockwise direction. But I don't think there is a need to remember this. If you are clear about this, what is a shear force? How shear force comes? Again through integration. What do you have to integrate for shear force? Shear stress. Shear stress multiplied by area, integrate from top to bottom, it will give you shear force. Okay. So this is okay. Now let us go to page number, next page. Let's take another problem. A beam, same, simply supported. Example. So that was example 1. This is example 2. Quick. Now I will be little fast. I will not explain all the steps. And I will. So this is x axis, this is z axis, and this is y axis. Remember this. Now this beam is subjected to uniformly distributed load. First one we had taken concentrated force at center. This is subjected to uniform. How will you produce uniform load? You put sandbags throughout the beam, almost of the same weight. So the uniformly distributed load is, what is the unit of uniformly distributed load? Load per unit length. I think this you must have done earlier. So it is shown like this. There are various ways of showing, and now I am showing it that it is acting downward. I could have taken it upwards, but I just want to change this. Yes, and this value is P naught. P naught is the intensity of the load per unit length. Is it? Are you able to see? I think I have taken the figure too much on the outside the boundary. P naught per unit length. This length is L. So first is step 1. Reaction. Compute reaction. Now I will, if it is negative, see, I don't want to complicate by showing this P naught negative, because it is downwards. Okay, shall I say negative P naught? Negative. Okay, I can say that, because ultimately everything will come. But so this is a negative. Okay, negative sign. It is downwards. It is negative. It is downwards. It is not in positive Z, but it is in. So P naught, if it is acting like this, so it is a negative P naught. Okay. So now compute reactions. Reactions to be free body diagram. A uniformly distributed load is also shown by this diagram. Instead of drawing these arrows of the same length, we just show it like this. This means uniformly distributed. So it is minus P naught per unit length. This is a hinge, so I have to have two unknowns. This point is A, so I will call it A, Z and AX. Here, this point is B, so this is BZ. Point B, and then the direction is my force. B itself is a force acting at. So this is my free body diagram. Anyway, equilibrium says that Ax equal to 0. This is an equilibrium, so there is no. Then what? B, AZ plus BZ minus, this one is minus P naught L, but then we have to, minus will come here, yes, very good, at least equal to 0, yes, yes, you have to see, physics is important. This says AZ plus BZ equal to P naught L. How will equilibrium maintain? If it is acting downwards, then total load must be balanced by the two reactions. So this sign is okay. So if you are taking blindly minus, I want to put, but you must understand physics. P naught is acting downwards. So if it is acting downwards, then either you take this as, because this one I am taking positive, so this has to be negative. Everything must be, so it is a vector summation here. But then physics wise, this is equal to P naught L, equilibrium. and then take moment about A. Why A not B? Of course, B also is equally good here because AX is passing through A and B both. So moment of AX will be 0. So either I take moment about A or B, it will have the same thing. Let me take about A. So I get here BZ into L is what kind of moment? I will show it like this. Then the total load is P naught L. Where it is acting centroid? It is a uniformly distributed load. It must act through center of gravity. Where is the center of gravity? L by 2. So P naught L is the load multiplied by L by 2. But then that moment is this way, anti-clockwise. So don't take vector sum, because then you will be to understand the physics. This one is moment like this and minus V naught L into L by 2 equal to 0. So I have got three equations, and from this I get here directly Bz equal to V naught L by 2 positive. It has to be positive because if the load is downwards, reaction has to be, it is downwards. Negative means downwards, and if you put it here again, you will get therefore from 2, this is 1, this is 2, this one is 3. So 3 directly is therefore from 2 you get Az equal to P naught L minus Bz, that is P naught L by 2. So that also is coming P naught L by 2. So now I have got my diagram, right? 3 diagram. Yes, there is a UDL here, P naught per unit length, and then the reactions are P naught L by. So this is the free body diagram. Now we have, this is correct. There is nothing, load is, everything is barren. So then next job is take a section at a distance x from the, cut a section. Take a section 3. So section is looking like this. This is my beam. A reaction is here, P naught L by 2, and then there is a UDL downward. This P naught is downwards per unit length, and at this cross section now I want to show, yes, this is a distance x. So here you will have a shear force. Now you please always show your positive, and this is a positive express. So positive shear force is like this, positive bending moment is like this, and positive axial force is like this. So this will give us n equal to 0 directly. Vertical V will be equal to V plus P naught L by 2 minus P naught x. But P naught into x, this distance is x. What is the total load? Total load in the downward direction equal to P naught x. Is it okay? And that must be equal to 0. And therefore that gives me how much? V is equal to P naught You take it on the other side, x minus L by 2. Shear force is equal to P naught. So just check up whether you are getting the answer correct or not. At x equal to 0, I am getting, yes, I am getting what? I am getting shear force as minus P naught L by 2. This is minus because this is negative x phase. This reaction at this phase is negative x phase, so it is upward. So don't say that no, this is upward, this is also upward, both are positive. No, shear force, as far as shear force is concerned, this shear force is negative. Have you understood or not? No. This shear force is positive. Why we are calling this positive? Because this is on a positive x. Upward we have taken positive. What is this phase? This is negative x. So here it is, this shear force, this reaction is a shear force. So this will be, but then this is upward. On a negative phase, upward shear force is negative. So it is coming negative, so it is okay. So you are getting this. So I have got this one, moment. Now take moment about this point. So moment about this point is m. I have the habit of putting this because then I cannot go wrong. On top of it, you show about this moment is I am taking here like this, and then plus P naught L by 2 into x. This about this, that is also the same direction. This moment also is the same sign as this. Is it okay or not? So don't be mathematical. See, initially you must have physics in mind. It is okay. One is use vector calculus and then don't worry about physics. Everything will be taken by vector. But then this is important to understand also physics here. We must know, yes, what kind of, so this is about this point P naught L by 2 into x, this. What else? Then this force will give me a moment, but that will be negative. P naught into x will be here. It will be acting through centroid. Total load will be acting through centroid here at x by 2. Is it okay or not? So about this point, what is the lever R? X by 2. I have to multiply this by x by, and this direction is negative. Because it is like this, so I have put negative sign. Because it is opposite of this, I mean you can take anything, it's not negative or positive, but then it is opposite of this. Is there any other force? There is no other force. So this must be set equal to 0. So what is your moment? What is your moment, please? Moment equal to P naught by 2 common can be taken. P naught x by 2 can be taken common. P naught x by 2 can be taken common. So you are left with x here minus L. Is it okay? I think we are not done mistake, na? So one is this is quadratic in x. This function is quadratic. So along x it will not be a linear function, it will be quadratic, while this one will be a linear function, shear force. So how will be the diagram? I will draw the diagram and then we will. So one is the beam. Top you should always show the beam. I think I will go to the next sheet. I can draw it here. If I draw only 2 lines, then I can draw it here. If I take 3 lines, then I cannot draw. So I will draw only here shear force diagram, SFD and PMD. So the beam is this length and it is UDL, and this is the okay. So this function, how to draw this function? This is at x equal to 0, it is P naught L by 2 minus, shear force is negative. So I will draw it shear force diagram. So here I will take negative. So this is equal to P naught L by 2. As x is increasing, at x equal to L by 2 it is 0. So that means from there to there it is a linear function anyway. So between these 2 points it must vary linearly. It is negative. Now afterwards when x becomes more than L by 2, this will change its sign. It will become positive. Is it not? Then this will become positive, and at x equal to L it is becoming P naught L by 2. Positive. So positive is here, same ordinate here. This is P naught, this is negative. And this one is P naught L by 2 positive. And the same line must go straight. So this is okay. It becomes 0, so it varies linearly from minus P naught L by 2 to plus P naught L by 2. Is it okay? Shear force diagram. So shear force along the length of the beam varies like this. It changes. There is no direct, there is no kink here. You see here, there is no sudden change. There, where the load was there, it was coming from plus P by 2 to minus P by 2, suddenly in the center. Here, because it is a uniformly distributed load, it is just bending moment diagram. Yes, tell me how to draw this. At x equal to 0, it is 0. Yes, at x equal to L, again it is 0. In between it is quadratic. So let us say at x equal to L by 2, how much it is? Please just give me the value. How much it at x equal to L by 2? Huh? How much? P naught L square by 8. Okay, negative. And in between it is a quadratic, second degree curve. Second degree curve means parabola. Its wire is like this. So negative, I am drawing negative. So up to center I have come. Now go beyond center. Let us make x equal to more than L by 2. So it becomes L by 2. Still minus will remain. It is not changing sign. So it just comes down. Like this. So this it is symmetrical about this center. Symmetrical. Parabola. This is parabola. Second degree curve. So this is your BMD. This is your shear force. Of course, axial force is 0 here. So I will just I will give them some examples to solve. See, please solve this problem, a cantilever problem with a load P L. A cantilever. This is called cantilever. Only one end is clamped, other end is free. At the free end, we have a concentrated load. Next problem, same problem, cantilever of length L, but it is subjected to UDL. Please find out axial force, AFD, BMD, SFD. Now, yes, I have a cantilever. Is it okay? Cantilever. Cantilever means one end clamp. One end I am putting fixity. Slope also is 0. Displacement is 0 plus slope also is 0. Clamp. Okay. Now here I am putting a roller here. On that I am putting a hinge. So this one is hinge. Now I can have different problems. This is stable. See, one end, this does not mean that you have put a roller there. I have just to explain to you how it is done. On top of it, why I have put a roller and not something else? Hmm? And then this is hinge because these 2 points are fixed, so this cannot move like this. So the minimum support that is required here is a roller. So the free body diagram, there will be always this, there will be a reaction here, and this one top here, same reaction will be coming. Now, of course, reaction will come provided it is loaded. I have just shown you. So let us say it is loaded here by a force P. So please find out. I can complicate this by putting half of this yes, only half of this loaded. So this is L, this is also L, this is L by 2, L by 2. Another problem you please try is this. Is like this. Same load. Let us say now here I take a load here P, and here also I take a load P. This is L by 2, L by 2, L by 2, L by 2. Why I have put a roller here, I mean hinge here? You know that means there is a pin. I have put here a pin in the center. The reason is even with pin this will be stable, because if I make this also hinge, then it becomes indeterminate. I want to have this determinate so that you can find out all the reactions. So you will be able to find out all the reactions. This is the minimum support. So please draw bending moment, shear force and everything for this. First please find out the reactions at the interaction. Draw free body diagram of this separately, this separately. You will be able to find out all the reactions. And then draw the bending moment diagram, shear force of diagram of each separately. Side by side, but each separately. Don't treat them together, but you take this and this separately. Okay, thank you.